Earth is a beautiful and complex planet, full of natural resources that have sustained life for millions of years. From the air we breathe to the water we drink, the Earth's natural resources are essential to our survival. But what are these resources, and how do they work? In this video, we'll explore the science behind Earth's natural resources. We'll look at how they're formed, how they're used, and how we can protect them for future generations. We'll start with one of the most important natural resources on Earth, fossil fuels. These are the remains of ancient plants and animals that have been buried deep underground for millions of years. Fossil fuels like oil, coal, and natural gas are used to power our homes, cars, and industries. But they also contribute to climate change and air pollution. That's why we're also exploring renewable energy sources like wind and solar power. These resources harness the energy of the sun and wind to generate electricity without producing greenhouse gases. We'll also look at other renewable resources like water, which can be used to generate electricity through hydroelectric dams. And finally, we'll explore the importance of recycling and reducing waste to conserve Earth's natural resources. So join us as we dive into the science of Earth's natural resources and learn how we can protect them for generations to come. Fossil fuels are one of the most important natural resources on Earth. They're used to power our homes, cars, and industries. But how are they formed, and what are the consequences of using them? Fossil fuels are the remains of ancient plants and animals that lived millions of years ago. When they died, their remains were buried under layers of sediment and rock. Over time, heat and pressure from the Earth's crust turned these remains into fossil fuels like oil, coal, and natural gas. Today, we extract these fuels from deep underground using oil rigs and coal mines. But the process of extracting and using fossil fuels has consequences for the environment. Burning fossil fuels releases greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, contributing to climate change. Fossil fuels also produce air pollution that can harm human health. That's why we're exploring renewable energy sources like wind and solar power. These resources don't produce greenhouse gases or air pollution, making them a cleaner alternative to fossil fuels. We're also developing electric cars and other forms of transportation that don't rely on fossil fuels. By transitioning to renewable energy sources, we can reduce our dependence on fossil fuels and protect the Earth's natural resources for future generations. Renewable energy sources like wind and solar power are becoming increasingly important as we seek to reduce our dependence on fossil fuels. But how do these resources work, and what are their benefits? Solar power harnesses the energy of the sun to generate electricity. Solar panels are made up of photovoltaic cells that convert sunlight into electricity. Wind power uses turbines to convert the energy of the wind into electricity. Wind turbines have blades that spin in the wind, generating electricity. Hydroelectric power uses the energy of falling water to generate electricity. Dams are built to capture the energy of the water and turn it into electricity. Geothermal power uses the heat of the Earth's core to generate electricity. This is done by drilling deep into the Earth's crust to access hot water and steam. Scientists and engineers are constantly working to improve renewable energy technologies and make them more efficient and cost-effective. By transitioning to renewable energy sources, we can reduce our dependence on fossil fuels and create a cleaner, more sustainable future for ourselves and the planet. Individuals can also make a difference by installing solar panels on their homes or choosing to purchase renewable energy from their utility company. So let's continue to explore and invest in renewable energy sources and work towards a future powered by clean, sustainable energy. Water is one of the Earth's most important natural resources. It's essential for life and used for a variety of purposes, from drinking and irrigation to generating electricity. But as the world's population grows and climate change affects our water supply, it's becoming increasingly important to manage and protect our water resources. Droughts, floods, and other extreme weather events can all impact our water supply. That's why it's important to conserve water and use it wisely. Farmers can use efficient irrigation techniques to reduce water waste and ensure that crops are watered effectively. Hydroelectric power is one way we can use water to generate electricity. Dams are built to capture the energy of falling water and turn it into electricity. Water treatment plants ensure that our drinking water is safe and clean. They remove contaminants and bacteria from the water before it's distributed to homes and businesses. But we also need to protect our water resources from pollution and contamination. This can be done by reducing the use of harmful chemicals and properly disposing of waste. Plastic waste is a major threat to our water resources as it can harm marine life and pollute our oceans and rivers. By reducing our use of single-use plastics and properly disposing of waste, we can protect our water resources for future generations. So let's all do our part to conserve and protect our water resources and ensure that they're available for generations to come. Recycling and waste reduction are essential to conserving Earth's natural resources. By reducing waste and recycling materials, we can conserve energy, reduce pollution, and protect our planet. Landfills are a major source of pollution and greenhouse gas emissions. When waste is buried in landfills, it decomposes and releases methane, a potent greenhouse gas. But we can reduce the amount of waste that goes to landfills by recycling materials like plastic, glass, and paper. Recycling plants sort and process these materials, turning them into new products like recycled paper and plastic. We can also reduce waste by composting food scraps and yard waste. This creates nutrient-rich soil that can be used to grow plants and gardens. We can also reduce waste by using reusable bags, water bottles, and containers instead of disposable ones. Conserving energy is another important way to reduce waste and protect Earth's natural resources. We can do this by turning off lights and electronics when they're not in use, and using energy-efficient appliances and light bulbs. Finally, we can reduce our carbon footprint by choosing to walk, bike, or take public transportation instead of driving alone. By reducing waste and conserving Earth's natural resources, we can create a cleaner, healthier planet for ourselves and future generations. So let's all do our part to protect and preserve Earth's natural resources and ensure a sustainable future for all.